It is scary to be alone. But what is scarier is getting into a wrong relationship and then suffering the heartbreak. I'm Iti Rawat and I'm not a relationship expert. But whatever I have learned from my life and whatever I have seen with people around me, I'm going to share those relationship advices with you today in this podcast about relationship advices what no one has ever told you before. So just a few days back, I got this SOS Red Dot Initiative call where I was shocked because the victim on the other side was a teenager girl who was getting beaten up by her boyfriend, a very dominating one, and he was using her for sex. And every time she would like to jump out of the relationship, he would abuse her. This was almost like that she has got stuck like a mouse trap and she is running round and round in circles. Have you ever felt stuck in your relationship before? Have you ever felt like you want to come out of this relationship but there is nowhere to go? Why did you ever meet and fell in love with this person? Ever? So let me decode this for you. Whenever you meet somebody that you are attracted to, you feel that adrenaline rush that is inside you, as if you're sitting on a roller coaster and it is exciting. Basically, your heart starts to give the signal to your brain telling them to stop functioning, and you start seeing a lot of positivity in this person. You start filtering all those negative vibes that the person is giving you. Cheated on his ex-girlfriend, that's okay. He's an alcoholic, that's absolutely fine. Abusive history, that's not a problem at all. Probably he'll change for me. And he's not like that with me at least. These are the signals that starts coming into your brain, right? Time to wake up. No, you cannot change the core habits of somebody. When partners are attracted to each other initially, you would end up putting your best lines forward, your best looks forward, and your best behavior forward. But time comes in when you realize that is she liking me or the fake me? Is she really enjoying my original lines or she's actually liking the lines that I was faking up? That imposter syndrome is finally on the other side. The rose color tinted glasses that you are wearing, making it look very, very hunky dory. You don't want to look at any of the negative side of this person. Everything is positive, giving you positive vibes. You feel as if you are there, you are at home with this person. But boom! Suddenly the bubble bursts and the real character comes out sooner or the other. And then you realize that this is not the real person you are falling in love with. He was some other person altogether who was showing off, who was something else initially, and now the real person. Oh my god, this person maybe farts, maybe barfs, lot of things. So, what should I do if I'm actually in love and I really want to find that Mr. Perfect, Mr. Charming? Let me give you some tips over here that will help you build your relationship healthy from day one onwards. The first check, compatibility. Do you have the same values? Do you have the same long term goals in your life? Do you feel safe to speak in front of this person? Do you feel like home? Is this person's relationship balanced? Is his mind balanced? Is he very demanding or it's actually equal from both the sides? You need to understand that common interest that interests both of you. Something which makes you respectful for each other, makes you interesting for each other. That's called as compatibility. Do your compatibility check. If you haven't done your compatibility check till now, compatibility check till now, do it from day one onwards with your partner. At the end of the day, the overrated concept of love we have built in our minds is stuck, and compatibility actually becomes the big power play in the long run for a very long standing relationship. Does that make sense? Do you know why I call it overrated concept of love? Because since childhood, our minds have been corrupted by these fairy tales, Bollywood movies, and Hollywood songs, etc. Hollywood songs, they don't really exist, but yeah, Bollywood songs, True Love, First Kiss, and Happily Ever After getting married. That's what happens, right? But no songwriter or story writer would have written about what happens after that true love first kiss. What happens after the hero and heroine have got married and have got engaged? The child happens, day-to-day chores happens, relatives happen, and that's where the whole overrated concept of love goes poof, disappears. So don't go with this overrated concept of love. It's not always violence and angels running around you. It is much more beyond that. The wind might be in your hair right now, but once the wind subsides, the daytime comes out, the sun comes out, and that is where the love check, the compatibility check happens. So if you are looking for a long-term relationship, beyond compatibility, there's much more things. Beyond love, there's much more things that you need to look for living a long-term relationship. I would highly advise that never ever lie to your partner as much as possible. Try to be truthful, try to be honest in front of them. I remember from my college days, there was a friend of mine who had this huge bucket list of her would-be boyfriend or husband, and she wanted the right perfect person to come and deliver all those things. And we used to laugh and joke about her that she might need 100 husbands if she's looking for all those things to be fulfilled. And yes, she did get her perfect partner, but guess what she did? Instead of looking for all those 100 things in a single person, she realized that maybe she is asking for too much, and she needs to ensure that this person, when he comes in front of her, she should be equally compatible and she should be equally presentable and the right partner for this perfect person that is standing in front of her. So she started changing herself as per that bucket list, and she started becoming herself a perfect partner to the current husband that she has got. And trust me, she's living her life beautifully. They both have got beautiful children, and it's going like a nice fairy tale story. So it's not bad to have like a checklist and think about that what would be the right perfect person or partner to be with, but it is also important to change yourself and be that perfect person whom your partner would love to have. Now coming to the third part of the relationship building, which is communication. If you ever find difficulty in communicate your feelings out to your partner, if you think that somewhere there is obstruction, somewhere you're not able to communicate freely, and the number of times that you want to run, that is a big red flag. Because in partnership and something that you're looking for long term, there should not be any hindrances at all. You should not be hidden away from the people that that person is meeting, or you should not be hidden away from whom you are meeting. So if there is any kind of obstruction like that that you are seeing, any kind of communication gap that you are understanding, something that is a hidden agenda that you can find, run. It is a red flag. Speaking of which, we have got a list of red flags and green flags for you that you can define and you can straighten up your relationship with. So here's the checklist for the green flags first. He will be respectful, trustworthy, always communicable, open to talk, does not hide anything from you or from anyone, you have the same values and you understand each other's love language. You feel safe and secure around this person, and there is unconditional love and support. There is random act of kindness happening almost everyday basis that you really like. This is the person that you should be falling in love with. These are all green flags. So if you find a person who has all these as checklist, go for it. Now coming to the red flags. If the person is manipulative or controlling and he's changing your behavior in any way, if there is a lack of trust or low self-esteem, if the person is narcissist, if he's gaslighting you, lying vehemently, lack of social connections, they like meeting friends, family, he is not connecting very well with your friends and family, he is not allowing you to connect with his friends and family, that's where the red flag occurs. Acknowledging only one's need and being selfish about everything. These people do not show empathy, so please run away from there as soon as possible. They do not have any understanding of any kind of emotions or what you must be going through, and they couldn't resolve conflicts as well for you. They can't set boundaries for themselves, and they will always be bouncing over or crossing over certain boundaries which you do not like. So these are very clear red flags in your relationship. So if you find something like that, please do not take it ahead. You have to pause, stop right there. There are many other things that I wanted to share with you, but given the time and space, I'm just hoping that the relationship advices that no one has told you before, you heard it from Iti Rawat, who's not a relationship expert. And I hope this has helped you in some or the other way to get your love life correct, and was able to help your near and dear ones or those who are looking for such advices. So love, compatibility, trust, communication, and that's where you lead a more happy and healthier love life. That's me, Iti Rawat, signing off from Asmee podcast for Untold Stories of Women. Please do share, like, give your love, and subscribe to our channel. We are the not-profit organization, and we are helping women in getting their financial independence through entrepreneurship. So please do make donations, do support us. We look forward to hear more from you, and we will be here back again with new stories of women, of courage, of inspiration, of lot of other nice storytelling. Signing off, Iti Rawat. Bye.
If you're enjoying this podcast, do share, like, and follow us on asmee.stories, the untold stories of women.